I hope you're ready for this.
You cannot be above me. Only a white person is above me. And even if you are above me, I don't think I'll listen to you. For me to listen to someone in authority, I need to see a different color of skin.
White people have been treated in that way. White people have been portrayed as beautiful, superior, as rich.
Your salary needs to now be determined. A black person doing the same job can be given 10,000 rand, while a white person is given 20,000 rand. So, a white person paying a bond, Mercedes or BMW that he needs to service, he has medical aid. While you as a black person, you probably stay in the township in a shack, you catch taxis, you don't have medical aid, you don't have a bond that you're paying, so why do you need this money?
Hello there, I hope you're well. I'm Moagi if you are new here.
I'm here to share a short story which I believe will encourage you to change your way of thinking in a certain area of life. Yesterday we had an opportunity to go for a game drive with my mom. What stood out for me was the fact that the wild dogs are endangered right now. They're endangered animals and they can go extinct anytime now. And he mentioned that a lot of people don't know that. A lot of people don't know a lot of things about the African wild dogs. And when asking why he thought this was the case, he mentioned he kind of did a contrast between the lions and the wild dogs. A contrast that was kind of initiated by The Lion King, a movie that you and I know very well. Some of us have watched it 5 times, some more. So in The Lion King, the lions were precious animals. They were strong, fierce. Simba, Nala, their parents, they were just great animals, right? While the wild dogs were bad animals. The wild dogs were kind of evil animals that were fighting against the lions, right? From there, each and every one of us, without verbally saying it, without taking the minute to acknowledge it, we created an image in our heads regarding the wild dogs. Right? If someone says, let's go for a game drive, I don't think there's someone who says, oh, I want to see the wild dogs. Please take me to the wild dogs. I think most of us are like, I really want to see the lions, right? Tell me if I'm wrong. No one takes a moment to say, hey, Lion King gave me a certain image about wild dogs, while it gave me a different image about lions.
Yes, it's about animals, but for me, as with many other things, different things that happen, I kind of relate them to life. I relate it to my life and to society and how we work and do things together. And I hope you're ready for this. I took it in a sense of on television, in movies, in series, in a lot of social media, especially in the early days, we were given, the same way we were shown lions as being beautiful and things that animals to love, white people have been treated in that way. White people have been portrayed as beautiful, have been portrayed as superior, have been portrayed as rich, as, all the good stuff, while black people, on the other hand, have not had the privilege. Black people rather, have been portrayed in the similar way as the wild dogs have been. And when you walk, it's like the whole thing of lions and wild dogs, it's not something that you walk around and say, hey, I don't like wild dogs and I probably don't like them because of the Lion King that I watched 5 times. You don't really connect it. You are not aware of the view that you even hold, but the view that you hold internally, whether you know it or not, affects how you view the lion, how you view the wild dog, how you would not pay to see a wild dog, but you'll definitely pay to see a lion. And in our life, it affects us in how, for example, if you see a vagrant, a black vagrant, someone staying on the street, a homeless black person, it's like, okay, no big deal. This is okay for a black person. But if you see a white vagrant, it's kind of like, I wonder what happened in your life. I wonder what could have led to this situation. But do you think twice when you see a black vagrant? I don't think so. At the car park, at the mall, or wherever, if it's a black person, you're comfortable in paying them nothing, or even 5 rand or 2 rand or whatever scraps you have. But if you were to now just have this white person, white car guard, help you out, even when you don't need the help, and you now say, I only have 2 rand. Oh, you kind of feel funny. Well, I felt kind of funny. And I'm like, but why? He's doing the same thing as a black person, so why do I feel like I need to give him more? And then it's like, I've not seen white people in that light. I've seen white people as being superior, so for me to see him in this light is like, not normal. And for me, it's like, I need to check myself. I need to check how I view myself and my fellow black people, and how I view white people as well. And I need to like say, no, we're all human. We're all equal, right? We may be different, but we are all humans.
And this same thing happens when you're applying for a job and your salary needs to now be determined. A black person doing the same job can be given 10,000 rand, for example, while a white person is given 20,000 rand. And what is their justification? Those that are willing to actually share is that this white person is probably staying in a fancy suburb where he's paying a bond. He has this Mercedes or BMW that he needs to service. He has medical aid. While you, as a black person, you probably stay in the township in a shack, you catch taxis, you don't have medical aid, you don't have a bond that you're paying, so why do you need this money? I am staying in a shack and I'm using a taxi. I'm without medical aid. I don't have a car because of what you have done to my mom and my dad and what you're paying to me right now. I too would like to stay in a fancy suburb. I too would like to own a house and pay bond and have a nice car. You know, I would like that. And the more you continue subjecting us to this injustice, really, the longer it will be for us to come out from where we are to where the white person is. And we see this even when a black person is given a position of authority. We ourselves as black people are a hindrance to that person's success in a managerial position. We as black people are the people that make it difficult for that person to prove to their boss that actually you did a right thing by picking me, because we make it so much difficult. And why do we do that? Because we are not taught that a black person can be in a position of authority. Our viewpoint of a black person is like, no, this is not you cannot be above me. Only a white person is above me. And even if you are above me, I don't think I'll listen to you. For me to listen to someone in authority, I need to see a different color of skin. And I think we need to identify this problem and say, actually, I have this complex. I do have this thing of not recognizing my fellow black person as a person of importance, of value, of authority, because we're just continuing a very dangerous and negative cycle for ourselves.
Do you feel like it's okay because you've done it for so many years and you've seen other people do it for so many years, and just as in the movie Lion King, you see me as that wild dog and you see this white person as Simba and Nala and all the beautiful lions? And it's not an attack, but it's just to say, let us check ourselves and check what image we have of each other and of ourselves, and how that contributes to the type of decisions we make. For me, that was very enlightening. Like, I thought, why do I hate wild dogs? Why, apart from the fact that they don't look as pretty as the lions. And I wonder if I would think that the lions are pretty if I hadn't watched The Lion King and all the National Geographic stuff that portrays them as so lovely. One of the other things that the guy, Kevin, from The Drive told us is that wild dogs are so much, the manner in which they kill their prey is more kind than lions do. Lions eat their prey alive. You know, a poor kudu will be, one lion will be eating it here and another one here, and while it's alive, and it will die a slow, painful death, while wild dogs, they kill the prey first. So yes, it was painful, but at least the guy is dead before they eat him, right? And on top of that, on top of having a merciful way of killing an animal, they actually will go and regurgitate their food to share with the rest of the family. Do lions do that? No. Lions fight amongst themselves while they are eating. So they're not as gracious as we have been made to believe. And sometimes, and it's making me think of pretty privilege as well. Like, just because someone is pretty, you're going to portray them as, oh, such a darling, just simply because of how they look. But their hearts are just something else. And this other person who's not so pretty, who you don't automatically like because of how they look, has a heart of gold, you know? And I think we keep doing this. We do it to our family members. We do it to strangers that we meet in the mall or in the taxi, people that we interview at work, how we deal and relate to each other. And I just thought, let me come here and talk about this and share this viewpoint.
And I'm hoping that by having this conversation, by opening it up, we can, even if you don't talk in the comment section, but you alone can kind of have a moment to say, where do I stand? Where do I fall? How do I see myself? How do I see whatever race you are, black or white? How do I see the other race? How do I see myself? Do I value the next person just as I value myself, black or white? I hope that starts that conversation. But a huge but is that we as black people also need to value ourselves. Like, we need to behave in a certain way. We're here at a resort at the venue, and last night there was a group of accountants from Johannesburg who were here for some team building, and following that I believe they had a big tab that they could use for alcohol, and they made noise like, you know, we left dinner and we left them there still making noise, and it was okay because it's at the bar. But then they came to their rooms and they still made noise, and they were so inconsiderate. And I'm not saying that white people would not do that, but the greater population or the most of the people that were doing this were black people. And the white people were more reserved, they were more respectful to themselves and to the rest of us. And a lot of people will say, yeah, Mara, I've paid more. Yeah, Mara, we black people, we are loud more. Like, that's how we are. But really does our identity now result in, or does it equals to disrespecting the next person? I don't think so. Yes, we may be louder than white people, maybe the way we are, maybe our way of talking or whatever. But I don't think that means we fail to respect people. Ubuntu is our thing, and yet these days it seems like we are the ones that are failing to walk in it and implement it, you know, and it's so disappointing. And yes, we can say the way people look at us is based on racism, is because of everything I've said, but we need to also acknowledge that we too have a role to play. We too need to act in a way that shows that we value ourselves and we value each other, that we are worth respect and we respect others, so that people don't think twice, you know. Let them actually consider their negative way, the way they are looking at us in a negative way. Let them say, why do I think that Katlego is not worth this position? Have you seen how she respects herself and her colleagues? Have you seen how she does her job on time? Have you seen how excellent the things that we ask her to do are, you know? Let us challenge ourselves, not against white people, but just as a person. Challenge yourself, pursue excellence, pursue respect, pursue value, offer respect, offer the good stuff, you know? And then maybe it won't be so difficult for the next race to also do the same for us. And I'm going to stop right there. I hope I did not offend too many people. And if you have been offended, consider if what I've said is in any way really offensive, or is it the truth? Consider where you may be lacking and where we can do better, you as an individual and we as a society.
And let me know what you think. Do you think the manner in which we view lions and white people and wild dogs and black people has been influenced by what we have watched on television, by what people have said. And what do you think? What do you think? Thanks for watching. I hope this has given you something to think about, and I look forward to reading your comments and your views regarding this matter. Until then, let me go and celebrate my dear mother's birthday here at the venue. Let's go. It's actually a beautiful place. You should come through if you have a chance. This chess board, if you didn't watch, it's like a video less than 2 minutes. If you haven't watched that, please watch it. Great lesson that I got from just standing there yesterday. Anywho, enjoy.